Good morning, Miami Art Studio. My name's Isabel Greiner. Today is Friday, October 2nd, and Mass News starts now.
Reporting from Miami Art Studio, welcome to Moss News.
Juniors, starting next week, you can begin purchasing your junior rings. Make sure to keep yourselves updated by checking your parents' emails and the Class of 22 Instagram. We also look forward to welcoming back Mass students on Wednesday, October 7th. Make sure to check the school Instagram and tune in to Mass News on Monday, October 5th for more information. We'd like to congratulate Mass's two nominees for the Broadway World Next on Stage singing competition. Here's Vicky Perez showing us how these two talented ladies are showcasing their voices as they try to help important causes.
Moss is filled with students that have incredible talent. From performing on stage and playing an instrument, they all know how to present their skills quite well. An example of these students are freshmen Alexandra Fonseca and sophomore Jalen Gargurvich. For Mass News, I'm Vicky Perez, and today we'll be featuring how these future stars are showcasing their talents on the Broadway stage virtually. Broadway World Next on Stage Season 2 is a competition that allows high school students to present their talents and have their dreams of becoming performers turn into a reality. All through the competition, contestants will compete for 5 elimination rounds, pinning the students into the top categories throughout the following months up until the final day of November 13th. As the competition proceeds further into its rounds, the students will be given a weekday period to record and submit a song of their choice to proceed further, ultimately competing for an array of prizes and the opportunity of a lifetime.
I wanted to partake in this competition because it's something that's really exciting for me. As a freshman in musical theater, I don't have that much theater experience to go off of, and just to do a competition like this is something that's just an opportunity that you have to take advantage of.
In order to vote, log on to the Broadway World Next on Stage website and press the title labeled High School. And in the search tab, write Miami Art Studio to find Alexandra and Jalen's audition videos. When you vote, you will receive an email confirming your vote. The winner also has an opportunity to donate the money from their winnings to a charity of their choice.
I chose Mental Health America as my charity because I feel as though it's a topic that hasn't been brought up lately and has affected everyone, especially during the quarantine. Mental health is a huge deal to me and should be very important to everyone around the world.
Best of luck to Alexandra and Jalen, and remember that voting for the first round ends October 7th. Please make sure to check out the Broadway World website for updates and future contests in case you want to participate. For Mass News, I'm Vicky Perez, signing off.
With the Miami Heat becoming Eastern Conference champions, fans are eager to see what will come next for this team on fire. Let's head on to Maddie Guas and Dylan Masvidal with sports.
Hello everybody, welcome to Moss Sports Center, where we give our hottest takes on all things Miami Heat basketball. I'm Dylan Masvidal, and I'm joined here with my co-host, Maddie Guas.
Thank you, Dylan. Now on Wednesday, the Miami Heat faced off against the LA Lakers in the first game of the NBA Finals. The Heat haven't made a Finals appearance since 2014.
If we take a look at our playoff bracket, only 2 teams remain. It's been quite a journey for the Miami Heat, having beaten the Pacers, Bucks, and Celtics.
But now we see how this team matches against the heavily favored Lakers, who have superstars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Let's see what went down with Game 1.
In the first half of the game, Miami shot well, making 19 out of 45 shots from the field for a solid 42%. On certain plays, particularly on the offensive end, the Heat seemed unstoppable. But despite that, the Lakers were still leading big at halftime with 65-48. The Lakers' offense was just too much for the Heat's defense to contain. They gave up way too many three-pointers, allowing the Lakers to make 11 out of 17 threes. They're going to need to play better on the defensive end if they hope to make a comeback.
I agree with you 100%, Maddie, and it doesn't help that Jimmy Butler, the team's leading scorer in the first and second quarter, and Goran Dragic both seem to have gotten injured near the end of the first half. Dragic left the game, but Butler came back in and seemed perfectly fine. Unfortunately, the team didn't improve much in the second half. the Lakers outscored the Heat 83-44 and took a big 26-point lead into the fourth quarter. A crushing blow for the team came in the third quarter when the team's leading rebounder Bam Adebayo left with a shoulder strain.
We see here that the Heat were out-rebounded 54-36 and that the Lakers had just a few more assists than the Heat with 26-23. The Lakers recorded 7 steals and 8 blocks while Miami only had 4 steals and 5 blocks. And finally, this leads us to our final score of 116-98, resulting in a 1-0 series lead for the Lakers in a best-of-7 series.
So Dylan, what do you think about the Heat's defense in tonight's game? Is having 2 defenders at the front of the court and 3 at the back a system that you find effective?
I have to keep it honest with you, Maddie. Today, it was not. I am usually a big fan of the 2-3 defense as it has been used to shut down all the teams we played before. We're usually a team that they'll go up big, but we're always coming back. That was not the case today. A lot of our players, they just weren't putting as much effort on it. And as much as the players have a fault, I love Eric Spoelstra. I think he's the best coach in the NBA, but he over-relies on that 2-3 defense, and we paid the price for it tonight as the Lakers were in command for a majority of the game. Now, Maddie, my question for you is this. What players stuck out to you in Game 1? Whether it was a good performance or a not-so-good performance?
Well, Dylan, I'm so glad you asked. I definitely think one of our star performers was our leader, number 22, Jimmy Butler. He's a natural-born leader for the Miami Heat, and he definitely reflected that in his points tonight, scoring the majority of our points, which is 23, disregarding the ankle injury he suffered in the first half, which did affect his time through the second half. Now, who really captured my attention in tonight's game was Lakers superstar Anthony Davis. With this being his first NBA Finals appearance, I'm absolutely stunned with what he's done tonight. Scoring 34 points and consistently shutting down Miami's defense, I think he did outstanding for his first game ever in the Finals. So, Dylan, what are your predictions for the next game? Where do you think the Miami Heat stand with the Los Angeles Lakers at Game 2?
Well, Maddie, I think you know the answer to this one. I never lose faith in the Miami Heat. We have players that have amazing chemistry with each other and know how to play together. So I do think we will win Game 2 and win the series in 7 games. Us winning 4 to the Lakers 3.
That makes 2 of us, Dylan. I'm praying your predictions are right as well. The Miami Heat have shown how we are not just underdogs, but we are natural-born champions, and we are always in for the fight. And I'm really excited to see where this series takes us and hoping that we come home with that championship.
Couldn't have said it better. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Tune in to Game 2 of the NBA Finals today at 9 p.m.
Reporting for Moss News, this has been Maddie Guas.
And I'm Dylan Masvidal, signing off.
Now let's take a look at our weekend weather forecast. Moving on to the weekend, we can expect scattered thunderstorms with wind speeds up to 13 miles per hour. Today there's a high of 83 and a low of 75 degrees with 50% chance of rain. Unfortunately, the weekend is looking pretty similar with highs of 86 and lows of 77 degrees on Saturday, and on Sunday with highs of 82 and lows of 77 degrees. While the weekend is looking quite gloomy, take this time to cozy up at home and enjoy the fall season. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Moss News. Make sure to follow us and Miami Art Studio on Instagram to stay up to date. Once again, I'm Isabel Greiner, signing off.